What's going on, guys? So today I got back from the bank and I picked up a bunch of change. So I wanted to do another coin hunt. I think these are super fun. It's been probably, I don't know, 2 years since I've done this. It was definitely before the pandemic. But it's just really cool. It's fun getting a bunch of change and going through it and seeing if anything, you know, is silver or has value. So I picked up quarters here. I also picked up nickels, but that's for a whole separate video. In fact, it's funny because the teller that was at the bank, she asked me, she's like, "Oh, you're looking for silver?" You know, like kind of like that's why people want a bunch of quarters. Why else would you want it? It's not like you know, there's an arcade around here or something. I'm like, well, you know, yeah, but I look for other things too. And then I asked for the nickels. She's like, "What are you gonna do with those?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm looking for silver." And she's like, "What?" And I had to, you know, give her the lowdown that some nickels have silver too. But besides that, you know, there's other interesting, you know, things about certain coins that are worth money. So anyway, yeah, I got a case of quarters. So this is $500 worth of quarters. It's 50 rolls. And I'm going to search for these. I'm going to see if anything's of value. The first thing I'm looking for, obviously, is silver. But beyond actual silver content, there are some other quarters that are you know, worth some different amounts of money. You know, there's very expensive quarters. Obviously, those are rare. But there's other things like the W quarters, which, again, if I happen to find any, I'll go over in some more detail. But it's not just silver. It's some different things that I'm going to be looking for here. And it's going to take me a lot of time. So I'm not going to sit, although I'm sure there's like 5 guys out there who would love to see a 3-hour video of me looking at every single coin here. Most of you don't. So this is the intro. I'm going to take my time looking through all this stuff, and anything I find that's interesting, I'll come back and report it. Now, it's worth noting that these are from, you know, a master bank, okay? So these are bank rolled quarters. They're not individually rolled quarters. Sometimes you get lucky and let's say someone's rolling up their change jug, or grandma passed away, or aunt, uncle, or mom or dad, or whatever the case is, and they come in with a bunch of old change. That's what the score is. I had that happen one time in my life when I first got into collecting silver and stuff. And I think I got like $40 or $50 worth of Kennedy halves, and there were seriously like 30 or something, 40% Kennedys and like 90% Kennedys. It was ridiculous. So I don't remember the exact number. It was in and around something like that. But I was like blown away, like, wow, there's all this silver in here. But it just so happens that someone who had no idea what they had, who didn't care about it, just wanted to trade it for regular dollars. They just knew nothing about it. That's rare. As time goes on, more and more and more people are understanding things like this, to look through their pocket change, to go and do coin hunts, especially because the internet is popular. Even this video. This video, someone's going to see, they never thought to do this, and they're going to go out and do it. And although I like sharing my hobbies and stuff, making videos like this make it harder for people like me to find treasure, because the more people who know about it, the more it's picked through, you know? So it's just one of those things. But I'm going to go through these 50 rolls of quarters here, and like I said, if I find anything interesting, I'll come back. The second part of this video will be talking about those coins. If I don't find anything, you know, it's okay. I still have all my money here. The hard part for me, because I live out in the woods and banks are spread out, is actually, you know, putting this back into the bank. It's very easy to go there and give them paper to get big boxes of coins, but a lot of times the banks around me anyway, they don't want a bunch of coins unless they're, you know, pre-rolled, and even then they want you to have an account there. So it is difficult getting rid of the coins. And as I mentioned before, at least on Instagram, I didn't mention on here, but like, you know, there's Coinstar type machines, but they have ridiculous fees. I think the one that's closest to me at a grocery store is like 11.5% fee is what they take. So for every $100 worth of change, they're taking $11.50. That's too much, you know. So it kind of, you know, counteracts with whatever I might find in here. It just doesn't make sense to do that. So it will take a long time, because I'll probably have to bring this back in small amounts. Like every time I go to the bank, bring like, you know, $200 or $300 or something, you know, it just depends. But it's just one of those things. So basically the money's held up for a while for me. Otherwise, I would do these coin hunts all the time. If I had a free Coinstar type machine that was by me, and some banks do offer that for their customers. And someone actually mentioned of one that's not too far, but I think you have to be a customer. I have to call the bank and ask. But if I had that opportunity, I'd be buying these all the time. I'd be doing this every week. You know, of course, time is money as well. It takes a lot of time to go through these things. So consider that, you know, at the end of the day, if I find, you know, 1 silver quarter, is it going to be worth a couple bucks in silver to spend, you know, hours doing this? Probably not, but it's fun. This is really, really fun to me. It's like a little, you know, scratch and lottery ticket. But it's not really about the money that I'm making or might make. It's just more about the hunt. You know, that's what it is. It's a treasure hunt. So anyway, I'm done blabbing for now. I'm going to cut the film here. Again, look through all these at my own pace, and I'll come back and do the second part of this video and let you know what I found. All right, guys, so I am back probably a couple days later, so I could casually look through all of those quarters. By we, I mean me, myself and I, had purchased a case of quarters, okay? A case is $500 face value. It's their $10 rolls. There's 50 of them, and that's 2,000 coins, okay? So there's a lot of quarters to go through. Now, I was looking for silver mostly. However, there's a bunch of other things that I was setting aside as well. America the Beautiful coin collection I was setting aside for my wife. She's starting to collect those now. Collectively, together, we're kind of coin people, which is kind of cool. It just makes it fun. Looking through pocket change, you know, finding different coins to complete collections. So there's a couple things that she's collecting now. Of course, the state quarters, that was an aside. We ended up getting a full set of state quarters, so we have another set of those, although they don't have a ton of value, which is kind of fun to go through. But besides silver, I was also looking for a couple key dates as well as quarters. So when I show you these coins, I'm going to show them up close with the jeweler's loop here, the eye loop. But of course I have to discuss my previous video on this because the general consensus was that I was stupid and I was using it backwards. Now some of you were nicer than others saying that, but most of you basically said that, except for a few who didn't actually even watch the video and just said that, yeah, Harbor Freight stuff is junk. So when I was doing my testing, I was holding it like this and I was looking in the smaller end, okay? So I had the item here and my eye was here. And you can see this is kind of tapered. So there's the small end here and the larger end here. And basically, everyone said to flip it around and look this way. That's the right way to do it. That's why it didn't look any different. Now, when I first got these, I did try that with one of them. That's one of the first things I did because I looked at one and I said, okay, that's magnifying the image. And then I grabbed a different one. I think I started with the 2X literally, then tried the 3. The 3 looked the same. So I took the 3 and I literally turned it around, but it still looked the same to me. I didn't give it too much thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Harbor Freight, buy another set of these and do another video to see if there's really a difference. But just to give you an example here, let's grab this coin. All right, let's zoom in and see if there's a difference here. Okay, so this is the 7. This is the 7X actually I saw real magnification from. So let me do this. Let me put this up by the camera and bring this into focus. Okay, so there it is in focus. I'm going to hold the coin in the same position, flip this around. And to me, that looks the same. I'm just flipping this around. Okay, although right now you're looking at the small end. It looks like there's a bigger image. Flip it around. Now we're looking through what you wanted me to do, and there's a smaller circle, but it seems like the same magnification. So we're gonna figure this out in the future. Okay, it's not for this video, because I'm just talking about these quarters right now. But in the future, I will definitely reinvestigate that, because if I was using it wrong, my bad. And I certainly want to set the record straight in case anyone's interested. So if they do work better, I would say, holding them like this, then so be it. In fact, for the rest of the video, I'm gonna hold it like this because that's what you wanted me to do. All right, so back to the quarters here. There's a couple things I was looking for. As I mentioned before, I set all the state quarters aside. I set all the commemorative quarters aside to get the full collection. I didn't quite get the full collection. I'm like 5 or 6 coins short of the America the Beautiful for my wife, all right, which is pretty cool. But there's a couple other key things I was looking for. Apparently 1982 and 1983 quarters are somewhat rare. I'm not sure the story behind that, but I was looking up some key dates to look for. And 1982 Philadelphia mint marks, which are these here. I found like 15 of them. And 1982 Denver mint marks are here. I only found 2 of those. And then 1983 Philadelphia, 1983 Denver. All right, so apparently these are actually worth some money if they're in good condition. These are all circulated, but even circulated, they're selling for roughly $2 a piece, depending on condition. There's a couple pretty decent ones in here that may actually be worth more money, like, you know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, somewhere around there. Again, not like a super coin collector per se, but I did set those aside. I'll keep those in a roll for the future in case I ever go to a coin shop or something, someone's interested in it. I can maybe trade it for some silver or something like that. But I did find that very interesting. So 1982 and 1983, both those mint marks are worth way more than their face value. So if you're selling for $2, that's 8 times its value as a quarter. That's pretty cool, right? So I guess it's worth taking the time to pick those out if you're going through quarters. Now, besides that, something that I learned that I did not know at all, and I'll show this in the future if I get one, I had no idea. I'm always looking for silver coins and change, but this was a new one to me. Maybe some of you guys already known this, but the bicentennial quarters, okay, the 1976, the San Francisco minted versions of these coins, okay, are actually 40% silver, which I did not know. Now this one is not. This one has no mint mark. In fact, I have, let's see, let me grab these, maybe as a better example. I have 4 of the bicentennial ones that have the D, which is for the Denver Mint. So let me zoom in even more. I know I was going to use the loop, but this is probably just easier. So to the right of Washington's little ponytail there is the D. If that, on a bicentennial quarter, 1776 to 1976, if that has the S mark, that's from the San Francisco Mint, and it's 40% silver. I thought that was really neat. I didn't get one, which is unfortunate, but I will certainly be on the lookout in the future for those. I also found out that's the same on like the Eisenhower dollar coins, and I believe the Kennedys. I'm not 100% on that. But so yeah, bicentennial coins I'll certainly look for in the future to see if I can find any San Francisco ones, because they do actually have silver content. Now the other weird one is an error coin that I was looking for, and this is a 2004 Wisconsin State quarter. Apparently, there is a version of this coin where, see how there's a corn stalk here? See this leaf on the left that's curled over? Apparently, in between the wedge of cheese and that leaf, there's a version with another leaf, okay? I don't have an example. You can Google this if you're interested in it. But there's another leaf, like an extra leaf in here, and I don't know the story behind it. All I know is that's worth money. All right, so if you happen to find one of those, save it and sell it. So that was something else I happen to be looking for, is the Wisconsin extra leaf coin, or whatever they call it. Now, besides that, the last quarters I was looking for were the W mint marks, and I did find one. So the big takeaway from all this, looking through all 2,000 of those quarters, besides getting the cool, you know, state quarter set and the America the Beautiful, and then these, which just have a little bit of value. The silver was very exciting. You don't always find silver. In fact, most times you probably won't. I was extremely happy to at least have found one silver quarter, like I said, worth about $5 in silver, maybe $7 as a collectible coin. I know it's not gonna, you know, let you retire early or anything, but the whole point of doing this is it's fun. It's not really to, you know, quote unquote, make money. You can definitely spend your time doing other things. You can go get a minimum wage job and spend your time doing that instead of looking through coins and make way more money. But it's just, it's the fun, it's the treasure hunt, and you just never know what you're gonna find. But this is the big winner, all right? And again, this has no silver content whatsoever, but for coin collectors, this is a favorite, and this is what a lot of people are looking for. This is a W mint mark, which is for West Point, and for the first time in history, they started minting these coins in West Point, and this has the V75 privy mark. All right, so first off, you can see on the right, to the right of Washington's little ponytail, the W. All right, so when you're looking through quarters, you definitely want to look for these. These are worth money, like anywhere from $50 up. It just depends on the condition. I'd like to get the full set. I forget how many there are, 5 or so. There's a couple of the different state parks, I think, national parks, things like that. But what you're looking for, again, is that W, and on the left here, that V, get my finger in here, that V75. All right. What's really cool, I would love to have, is they have a V75 Silver Eagle, but to buy those right now, they're probably like $400 or $500 each. But I know those are going to go up in value. I'm on the fence about getting one. I don't have that right now to purchase one, but I really feel like 5-10 years from now, people are really going to be looking for those, and it's going to be worth the big bucks. So you could probably easily double your money, if not more, if you did actually purchase a West Point Silver Eagle with that privy mark there. And that is, of course, to commemorate the war, 75th anniversary. Now, to flip this over, you can see the one that I found, all right, is the 2020. All right, this is the Marsh Billings Rockefeller coin. And it's a little girl planting a pine tree. I forget the story behind it. This was the Vermont quarter. And they're just different commemorative quarters. You know, of course, going through the set here, if you look at the America the Beautiful stuff, it is really beautiful. Some of those coins are just, they're just pretty. You know what I mean? If you're really into coins and, you know, how precise some of the dies are and the artwork that's on the coin, some of them are really neat. You know, I like the Mount Rushmore coin. I thought that was cool. There's a couple other parks. They're just beautiful looking coins, you know? So like my big thing here, obviously, is silver. It always has been silver. You know, but I got $5 worth of silver in this set, and I got about a $50 coin. I mean, anywhere, who knows? It could be like 20 bucks up. But considering that it was just 25 cents that someone used in pocket change, it's in circulation. You know, the circulation, the numbers, just to give you an idea, there's only 2 million of each coin produced. And that seems like a lot, but consider, like, you know, a lot of coins, there's like 800 million, you know, 500 million. So, I mean, it is kind of limited in that sense. You're not going to run across it with your daily change, but once in a blue moon, you might find it. So anyway, guys, this was a ton of fun. It was a lot of time that was put into this for certain. I got a neck ache and my eyes were blurry by the time I was done looking at these things. Checking dates on thousands of coins is certainly tedious. It's not for everyone, but it's a treasure hunt, and I think it's really cool. So, you know, I invested $500. And technically, these are the only 2 coins I really want to keep. So really, I can get, you know, $499.50 back if I really wanted. But I am going to keep the quarter set, you know, the state quarter set, the America the Beautiful set and stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm going to cash all the rest of the coins in. And the whole thing cost me whatever it was, 50 bucks or whatever in quarters. So there it is, my big findings, the 1 silver quarter and the 1 W quarter. You know, and like I said, I'll save these aside. The other sets, the America the Beautiful set and the state quarter set, that's all it cost me. When you're coin hunting, the only money you're actually giving up is the coins that you're keeping. You know what I mean? So like, let's say you find nothing, you get $500 worth of quarters, you bring the bank back $500 worth of quarters. That's it. Now here's the catch. For me, it's very tricky because I don't want to use any kind of coin machines by me because they all have ridiculous fees. I posted on Instagram, the one I was looking at was like 11.9%. I did find a bank that charges 5% for public users, which is the best option around here. However, I'm purposely opening a bank account with them just so I can use the machine for free because all their customers get to use it for free. So now that I'll have a machine I can go to, I don't have to worry about spending the time or the money on the paper rolls. So I don't have to actually, you know, roll everything up. I can get these coins from one bank, you know, I can order them, you know, through the main bank that they use. Or if they happen to have them on hand, trade my paper money for the coins, look through the coins, when I'm done, throw it in a bucket, bring it to the other bank, throw it in their coin machine and get my bills back. You know, so it doesn't really cost me anything but time. And then of course, just the face value. So if I want to keep 4 quarters, it would cost me $1 to keep them, obviously. You know what I mean? If I want to keep 40 quarters, it'll cost me 10 bucks. It's just how it is. But I think it's really fun. Coin hunting is definitely, if you happen to have a lot of downtime, now I don't, I have to really struggle to find the time to do this, but I do enjoy it. And now Christina's kind of into it with me, so it helps because she goes through it too. And that saves me a lot of time. But I just think it's fun. It is a really fun hobby that will literally only cost you your time and whatever coins you actually end up keeping. Now, you guys will see in the future, I also got nickels. I'm very excited to look through those. There's a couple different nickels I'm looking for, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let me know down in the comment section, do you coin hunt? And if you do, what are you looking for? In the future, I do want to go back and get some $50 again, maybe even some dollar coins. Maybe we'll get some Ikes or something and look for those bicentennial San Francisco minted ones. But it's just one of those things where as time goes on, there's just so much interest. I think when the pandemic started and everyone was sitting home, a lot of people started doing this, a lot of extra people. And every single year, there's more and more and more people doing it. In fact, I know some people actually mark the coins, and on one of the quarters, I saw there was like a purple permanent marker line across the front of Washington's face. And that just looked, it was a marked coin. So I think what's happening is, you know, if you get a case of quarters and you mark it at your bank and then you go back to your bank to get another case of quarters, if you stumble across it, you know, not even to bother because they just gave you the coins back that you already got. So the big trick is to kind of bounce around. I have several different banks that I will get coins from. It's not going to be continuously like just go to one bank. I'll go to this bank, then I'll go to that bank, then I'll go to a third bank and a fourth bank to get the coins, and then I go to different banks to bring them back. because I don't know if they can actually cut you off or not, but if you like went to your local bank that you belong to and you asked for a bunch of coins and they gave it to you, and then 2 days later you bring them back and you keep doing that, I don't know if they're going to get annoyed by that. I don't know if they actually are allowed to cut you off as a business and just be like, no, you're wasting our time. I don't really know. But I bounce around, do different banks to not only get the coins, but to release them as well. So there's certain banks I go to that I will only be taking coins from them, and other banks that will only be giving them coins, if that makes sense. And of course, you know, it's very good to get a personal relationship with these bankers. You know, if you become friends with them and you talk to them, like I said, perhaps they can give you like a heads up, like, hey, some old lady came in and, you know, she brought in a bunch of these $50 and stuff. You want them. Now, as time goes on and more people understand that there are coins that are worth money, even bankers are starting to look through them. You know what I mean? They're getting picked out like crazy. So it's getting harder and harder to actually find stuff in these different rolls. But you never know. I mean, like I said, I went through 2,000 coins and I got 2 really cool ones to me anyway. And then some other ones that are, you know, worth more than 25 cents, which is nice. But is it really worth the time? That's up to you. It's a fun hobby. It's certainly not a money-making hobby. It's just fun. But anyway, let me know if you like this video. I'll do more coin hunts in the future. I'm definitely going to show you the nickels. But, you know, if you guys like it and want to see more, let me know. I'll do these every now and again. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take it easy.